Welcome to the 6th episode of the Skyblivion Development Diary. It is safe to say that much has transpired since our last update, including the release of the official Oblivion remaster, no less. But rest assured, we continue to diligently strive towards completion of our Oblivion remake in Skyrim's engine. One of the most common questions we've received lately is,
what is the point of Skyblivion if the official remaster is already released?
well, the answer is simple. Skyblivion is a full-scale remake that reimagines Oblivion from the ground up, bringing it in line with modern RPG standards. While the official remaster impressively upgrades textures and assets, Skyblivion introduces entirely newly designed areas, dungeons, cities, gameplay enhancements, and much more. Every fort, home, cave, and landscape has been thoughtfully redesigned. And we've infused this sort of creative detail to breathe new life into a beloved classic, one that's nearly 2 decades old. While we aren't in a position to provide an exact release date just yet, we remain confident we'll meet our goal to launch this year. We hope that this series will show you how far one of the most ambitious modding projects of our generation has come, and where we are headed. Welcome to the making of Skyblivion! While progress has been steady, we are always looking for more volunteers to help us finish the project and get it into your hands as soon as possible. We are especially interested in modders with experience in scripting, quests, editing records, perks, NPCs or level design, or 3D artists with experience of creating clothing or plants. If you have experience in any of these fields, or other skills that might be of use, feel free to apply at www.skyblivion.com/volunteer. Please consider joining us in the final stages of our epic quest to remake Oblivion. We begin our showcase in the lush, vibrant expanses of the Gold Coast. Located along the western edge of Cyrodiil, the region distinguishes itself from the rest of the province with its amber grasslands, sandy shores, and arid cliffs. The warm climate of the Gold Coast nurtures unique flora and fauna, including cypress trees, aloe plants, goldenrod, and mandrake, all of which dot the region. Additionally, locals warn of mountain lions prowling the wilds. Yet there is more to the Gold Coast than sandy shores and sprawling fields. Scattered throughout the region, long-abandoned chateaux, fortresses, and even entire cities beckon adventurers with boundless opportunities. One such location is Such, a city that was cut from Oblivion shortly before release. For our remaster, we've worked to return Such to some of its former glory, maintaining its state of decay and bandit occupation, while expanding upon it to realize what was once a thriving city, now lost to time. Most notably, Such now has its own patron divine at the derelict chapel of Kinnereth. Along the westernmost tip of the Gold Coast lies the city of Anvil, the seat of power for County Anvil. Known for its large harbour teeming with imported wares from Valenwood and Hammerfell, the city is, at its heart, a trading hub. When remastering Anvil, we wished to implement the original concepts of the city, which were imagined around a large central harbour basin. Our redesign proudly boasts a harbour fit for a city built around maritime trade. Additionally, we've expanded the bustling docks outside the city walls. When entering Anvil via the main gate, you'll find yourself in the Westgate district with its iconic mermaid statue. Here, you'll find shops to trade the loot you've collected on your travels, and inns that offer warm meals and cozy quarters, as well as a new open-air market and alchemy store. This area serves as Anvil's commercial hub. To expand upon this, we relocated the only general store, Lel's Quality Merchandise, to this district from its original location outside the city walls. This is because Anvil originally had but a single store, the blacksmith Morvane's Peacemakers. We've also included an additional store to further enhance the shopping district, Tide and Tonic, Anvil's new reserve of all things alchemical. Following the path right, you'll come to the residential district. Here, Anvil's middle and upper classes live in terraced homes. At the pinnacle of the residential district stands the estate of the famed Argonian author, Quillweave. This district is where the residents of Anvil reside after a long day working on the docks, or communing at the chapel, and thus we've tried to reflect this in the class-distinct clutter you'll find in this part of the city. Returning back along the harbour, we next visit the Guild Gate district. Here, one may find the headquarters of the Mages Guild, with its manicured grounds, and the Fighters Guild, with its practice targets. Guildgate also features a harbourside warehouse and a shrine to Dibella, the divine matron of the city. This district overlooks Anvil's inner port, where wares and supplies are boated into the city via the large ships docked outside. Here you'll be able to navigate to either end of the city close to the water's surface, with the Guildgate district looming above. Continuing along the harbour, we are greeted by the long-abandoned Benares Manor. Despite its neglect, and an unsettling, eerie quality, the dwelling does have the potential for majesty. Opposite sits the Anvil Supply Checkpoint, where goods and wares are inventoried before leaving the docks. The local guard barracks lie further along the main road, with its imposing structure and training yard keeping Anvil's protectors honed for the fight. Rounding out the Chapelgate district is its namesake, the Chapel of Dibella. Its lush grounds make up the remainder of the city within the walls. The sprawling cemetery, dotted with grave markers and tombs, is a sobering reminder of the danger facing sailors on the high seas. In reimagining Anvil, we've significantly enhanced the docks and the lower-class quarters, both located in the dockside district, beyond the protection of the city's mighty walls. This bustling area mostly to dock workers. Alongside the docks can be found the fortified bastion of Anvil Castle, home to Countess Milona Umbranox, who has ruled since the mysterious disappearance of her husband. This coastal bulwark's fearsome defensive capacity is rivaled only by the elegance of its splendid halls and grand balcony offering sweeping views of the ocean. No showcase of Anvil would be complete without the iconic lighthouse. Here, on the shores of the Abessian Sea, one can view great stretches of the Gold Coast. Anvil, however, is not the only city in the region. High along the plateaus on the far eastern fringe of the region lies the smouldering city of Kvatch, devastated by a Daedric siege. We've worked to better realize the sheer scale of the destruction and atrocities committed in Kvatch. As you near the city gates, you will see its guardsmen desperately defend makeshift barricades against a relentless horde of Daedra. Yet, the horrors of Kvatch pale next to those awaiting through the gates of Oblivion. Upon entering the domain of Mehrunes Dagon, you will battle a host of new and terrifying enemies. From lowly scamps and Clanfear to the nightmarish Daedroth, Spider Daedra, Atronax, and Zivali. You are all that stands between them and the people of Cyrodiil. At the heart of each realm stands the Sigil Keep, a formidable tower that serves as the citadel of that world. Soaring above a treacherous landscape of molten lava and rocky escarpments, the hero of Kvatch must ascend the keep to claim the Sigil Stone at its summit in order to seal the Oblivion Gate and return to the relative safety of Cyrodiil. That is, if they can survive the Daedric monstrosities defending its halls. To diversify the Deadlands, which at times were repetitive and monotonous, we've formed two distinct biomes. The Burn, the prototypical form of the Deadlands seen in vanilla Oblivion, and the Sever, as seen in the Elder Scrolls Online. The Sever is characterized by constant lightning strikes from a livid blue sky, and pools of sizzling acid that dot the landscape between the ashen crags, allowing for new encounter types and unique gameplay experiences. Lastly, to further minimize the repetition of the Deadlands, we've expanded the pool of randomly selectable worlds from Oblivion's original 7 to 11. These new realms complement the 4 constant worlds tied to the main questline. If time permits before release, we hope to rework as many of them as possible to allow for greater variety when the player enters an Oblivion Gate. Mehrunes Dagon's Deadlands are but one of the many unique Oblivion realms you'll encounter in Skyblivion. Some, like the vivid brush-stroked landscapes of the Painted World, or the idyllic sunset-bathed isles of Mankar Cameron's Paradise, may seem peaceful next to the barren lava flows of the Deadlands, but don't be fooled. You're not safe in any of these realms. Next, we'll show off the brutal, gruesome arenas of Attribution Share, the realm belonging to Boethia, Daedric prince of plots, cruelty, and torture. Here, you must defeat champions from every race of man, mer, and beast to escape her labyrinth. The pits are the Oblivion realm ruled by Periite, the Daedric prince of pestilence. When venturing this putrid land, mind your step, or succumb to the poisonous fumes that linger over much of Periite's domain. Or succumb to the poisonous fumes that linger over much of Periite's domain. Do not venture into the realms of Oblivion unprepared. Arm yourself with clothing, armor, and weapons to bring to bear against the Daedric invasion. We've painstakingly reimagined every equipable item in Oblivion. In the vanilla game, most unique items are in name only, typically the same item with a stat boost or slight recoloring. We've remade unique items to be truly that, unique. Here's a look at the many weapons we've remade, many of which now have custom attacks to diversify your playstyle. Enjoy a glimpse at some of the armors you can expect to don in Skyblivion. Beyond crafting each piece from the ground up, we've tailored them to accommodate the beast races, so that tails, ears, horns, and the shape of helmets themselves are taken into account. But our efforts extend beyond weapons and armor. We've also reimagined the clothing and jewelry of Cyrodiil. Skyblivion is a remake of a cherished role-playing classic in a newer engine, and we aim to allow you to do just that. Roleplay any origin and character you desire, supported by the unique items we've provided. We can't wait to see the characters you create once Skyblivion releases. It has been a long road to get this far, and we are nearly at journey's end. That said, we can always use more hands to speed things up. If you are a skilled 3D artist, or you're an experienced Skyrim modder, especially when it comes to scripting, quests, editing records, perks, NPCs, or level design, please apply at skyblivion.com/volunteer. Our Developer Diary series also nears the end, at least until work begins on the DLC after release. We are particularly excited to reveal the Imperial City in our next diary, which we've been working on behind closed doors. We are in our final year of development, and we cannot thank you, the Elder Scrolls community, enough for the faith you've placed in us throughout this epic journey. We're excited to show off more soon and get Skyblivion into your hands, but we've still got work to do in finalizing key areas and giving Skyblivion proper quality and assurance to make sure we all get the game that fans deserve. In 2025, you will slam shut the marble jaws of Oblivion! gameplay enhancements.